3, 2, 1.
This is the Mac Media Show.
Welcome to the Mac Media Show, everyone. My name is Mac.
And I am Ree.
And this is the Me and Ree Review Show. We are the two that review for you.
Yes, we are. Oh, we're getting close to the finale.
Next week is going to be the $1 Million Listing Los Angeles finale.
Wow.
And in this episode, we're going to review number 13. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty good, but the last few episodes we missed, there hadn't been a whole lot that's happened. Just a few big things to mention would be the Larry Flint negotiation. Mm-hmm. He's he started Hustler magazine.
Yeah.
So that happened. They negotiated. They got the whole commercial building for Zach Bella. That was pretty cool.
That was interesting.
I would have liked to review that, but the other things in the episode weren't that big deal. I mean, right. Altman had an offer come in on Carmen Crest. David and Adrian talked about selling their house that they've been building for, about a year?
I think so, yeah.
So, a couple things. Josh Flagg did the beach house for what's her name, Julie.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked at a few beach houses in Malibu. So there was a lot of things that continued. There were a few things that continued into episode 12, and also this episode, most recent episode.
That's right.
Madison seems to be shown more, which is cool.
Is he coming back to the series maybe next time?
Maybe so many people just remember Madison. He started from season 1.
Yeah.
He, I believe it was season 1. He was
in season 1. He was even with Chad Rogers.
Yeah. So many people know him and recognize him. I'm sure they've asked about him, and he was a big star in the series. So it looks like they're trying to keep him around some. But they're showing him. He's doing some Malibu listings. Altman is doing stuff with Heather. Mm-hmm. He and Heather having a lot of conversations. Now, in real life, recently, they just got engaged. And we haven't seen that on the show yet because obviously the show's behind.
Yeah.
But so we know where we're headed. But she had, it's kind of funny. They're showing Heather more. She had a condo building that she listed in episode 12, which was last week's. And he did some help with her. Do you remember that?
I do.
So, I don't know. I didn't think she was very impressive, if we're going to be kind of honest.
I don't. You know what? I don't think she's going to continue in it as strong, especially as him. When she gets the family thing going, she's going to lose interest in that. You know, it's different. It's just different for women.
Yeah, but one big thing from last week's episode, Flagg and Altman, they battled in the parking lot.
Over Elon?
Yeah, and really they didn't show much of it. They just teased it, and of course last night was the big showdown. So
what is Flagg saying that he's that Altman's out there saying he's doing so much real estate when he's not?
That's right. He's overinflating. He's hyperinflating his numbers and lying.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Flagg doesn't like that. It's interesting. They don't show Flagg as much. I don't think they show a lot of his big listings. Yeah. I'm sure the clients just do it for privacy reasons.
Yeah,
maybe Flagg doesn't care.
That's true.
But he's outselling them.
He seems to be, doesn't he?
Almost $100 million a year.
You think those figures were right, though, that he was... I mean, he got them from the tax office. He was saying that Altman had done $110 million. He had done $202 up to now.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
And it makes you wonder if working for Rodeo Realty is the difference maker.
I don't know about that. I think it's more the grandmother issue. Well,
I think it's all that. But you've seen Altman jump from agencies. You've seen Madison do the same thing. Yeah. They went on their own, and then now they're back, and they're switching around. Flagg has not switched one time. He's still with Rodeo. He's always been with Rodeo.
That's true.
And it makes you wonder if maybe that's why he is having so much more success.
I think he doesn't have to work. I think he does it because he likes it, he enjoys it, and all that. I think he inherited so much money from this woman that I don't know that he really has to work. So I think he's more laid back. I think it's a competition because he's on television, but I don't think he cares. I mean, honestly, I don't think he cares.
Seems to be his attitude.
Well,
was he right to call out Altman like this?
Yeah, if it's true, yeah. Because you're right. It's not nice to have him overinflating himself when it's not true.
What do you think about him stealing Altman's client?
Well, in several episodes back, Elon had worked with Flagg.
Called Flagg first.
Yeah. Well, Flagg didn't answer, so, I mean, that's not, to me, legitimately Altman was okay taking him as a client. But I think that at the beginning, he had worked with Flagg at one time prior to that. So they're kind of going back and forth with him. So I say, another thing that I looked at was Altman had been so ugly to James and David. James and David and Flagg had become friends, and that he got the inside track on that listing where if Altman had been decent, they may have called him at the same time. So, it's a good lesson in if you treat people nice, they're going to come back and try to help you too. When you treat them ugly, it comes back to you that way.
Right.
So,
now, one thing we saw last week, Altman and James.
Yeah, trying to apologize.
Yeah.
Which I thought was good.
Well,
I think he should have done that to begin with.
Do you think it's going to last? Do you think it was real?
See, I don't know, because I saw Josh Flagg and Josh Altman on a show. I forgot what the show was. Anyway, they were together, and somebody said, "Are you two always at battle?" And he said, "No, we're really good friends." So it made me wonder, is the network promoting the fact that Altman is the bad guy to keep the stuff going, and then he decides he doesn't want to be the bad guy at the end, so that we don't end up at the end of the season hating him?
Yeah.
So you're not sure what's real and what's not. But they said they were friends on the show.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. So, said no, we're really good friends. Yeah, and I don't know if they said that for TV either. You don't know, but
or maybe after this season's over, they apologized and I don't know.
I hope so.
I don't know.
I hope so, because you
It's
do need
reality
the
TV.
camaraderie to work together.
It's blurred lines.
But look, it's just like I just said about James and David and Flagg being friends. When you get a listing at the beginning, you can call these people without having to worry about showing it for 6 months. You can get it sold.
Right.
So if you stay in good graces with you're in competition, but it's healthy competition. You don't down the other person, because you can always help each other. There's always going to be ways to help each other.
Right.
You remember the show where, which one was that? I think that was New York, when Luis helped Ryan Serhant with that listing, and he gave him like $20,000 or something for doing it. But you can help each other, off and on that way. So you don't want to make an enemy of anybody. And you do want to keep a nice reputation, and you want to be a nice person. Yeah. It's just all it is,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I've always liked Madison because of the drama.
Yeah.
It's more realistic with Madison, seems like.
He seems to just look at business. He seems to be nice to people.
It's like his deal with the show is, if I'm going to come back on, I don't want any of the...
But if you look at his website, he is very zen. He's very into yoga. He's very into walking on the beach every day and being that nice person and trying to be that nice person all the time. So he's got a different mindset than Altman and Flagg and all of them have. I think he has more of a laid back. I don't know. He's trying to be true to himself more. You know what I mean? And maybe being a Malibu representative makes you be more laid back. I don't know.
Think about that 24-hour thing that his client imposed.
Yeah, that's
is that
odd? But
well, what do you think about it? You think it's good for the client? You think it's a good move by the client?
I don't think it's a great move by the client, because if they really want to sell the property, I don't know why they put restrictions like 24 hours on it.
I don't recall what exactly happened.
I can't remember either. Who was that? That might have been Julie. Was that one Julie? It was who was it that was out of the country?
Somebody made an offer of $5, which was over the listing price, and they said you have 24 hours. So he's working all day long, all night to get in touch with his client.
Oh, that was Emily.
Emily was out of the country.
Oh, I remember now. So she listed it, and she said, "I'm going to be gone." And he said, "Good." And she said, "Oh, what does that mean?" And he said, "I can show it anytime I want."
Right.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, I remember now. So she, left the country. And I don't know what the 24-hour thing was.
Well, they offered above, and they said, "Okay, 24 hours." That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, it wasn't Emily. It was the one that offered the $300,000 above.
It wasn't the seller.
That's right. I had forgotten that. I got that mixed up. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So then we see Josh Altman at his book launch party.
Oh, one more thing that I wanted to say about the Emily situation with Madison.
Yeah.
I thought it was so interesting when he called her and finally got her at 11 o'clock that night, and she says, "Oh, well, if we're getting that kind of attention, let's just leave it on the market." When you get $300,000 above asking price.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen again.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe that a client would even be that silly to even say that. I would say, you're kidding me. This is like winning the lottery. This is a once in a lifetime deal. But it's funny how I've noticed how, and it could be for TV, but I've noticed how the clients, if they ever, you say, we're getting some offers, we're doing this, they say, oh, well, let's up the price, or let's wait longer, but they need to understand the market will only do so much, and you're lucky if you get $300,000 above asking on anything in like the first couple of weeks. So anyway, I just wanted to say that. I thought I was just waiting for Madison to say, are you nuts?
Right.
Because that's just not even believable.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Does anybody hear Mr. Biggs, the office cat here?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Biggs.
He's trying to say hello, so...
he's the mascot.
He's making an appearance today.
That's right. He's a sweet cat.
What about all this book launch stuff? What about this stuff with Heather possibly being pregnant? Is it a tease?
It's a tease. It's a tease.
You do? You think
I
so?
think
Why
it's
do you
just
think
a tease.
so?
I just don't think that she would put herself in that position. She's wanting to...
You think they're smarter than that?
I do. I think she's wanting to do some more business before they get married. I think she wants to get married before they start a family. I get that feeling.
How old are they? Do you know?
She's 30-something, because I remember thinking you ain't got a whole lot more time.
Right.
I mean, you need to go ahead and start having them if you're going to have.
Right.
So, but you did say they were engaged. They'd set a date for April. So, I think that was just a ploy on the, for the finale, for the, the ending of the season to kind of, I think it's just a tease. I don't think they'd do that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
You think David did a nice job with his negotiating, even though he was emotionally connected?
I did.
To the house?
I thought he did a really nice job. It was a really nice payoff for him.
Yeah.
Emotion put aside, it's a really nice payoff because they can buy anything they want to. But
right.
I thought he did a good job on it. He got what he wanted out of it. And he had his ring. He's showing the ring.
Right.
So the finale's going to have him asking her to marry him, and supposedly they're going to Italy. So that's going to be really romantic and memorable for them. And I think they're a great couple. I think that it's really nice to see James and David as friends, and now the families are going to be together too. I think that's really cool. I love that. I think that's real. You don't see that very often, for the longevity. What'd you think about Josh Flagg at the beginning of it saying they were in the car, or he said, I think he sold Julie's place. They called him back about the beach house, and
that
Julie,
was interesting.
Julie, they just set themselves up to lower the price on that, and then she got it for a lower price, and then he said, okay, retail therapy is good.
I'm surprised. Let me tell you. I'm surprised Julie made the switch. I thought her issue was not the price. I thought it was seeing what she could get for $8.4 or something.
$350. You remember she said, I like this place, but the price is too high.
$8,350. Her house on this, where was it called? The Pacific Palisades?
Palisades, yeah.
This house is just this huge house with this incredible, but one of the best views we've ever seen.
Ocean, pool,
and it's
everything.
$7,900 or something like that. So she's paying even more for this tiny house on the beach. And I thought that she was shocked when she realized that. And I thought she's in her head, she's saying, there's no way I'm selling this house and going to that.
Yeah.
But I was surprised. It was a price issue with her. And that's interesting. Because I'm thinking when Josh Flagg gets that phone call, I'm thinking good opportunity for a client that actually wants to move. And I thought she'd say no way, but she said, well, we still want the house. And I thought, wow, shocking.
Yeah, it was interesting.
But Flagg did the best thing. I would have even gone lower. I mean, if they're at 8.3,
I think I would have too. I was kind of surprised he didn't go any lower than that.
He came in. That's a pretty good offer.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too for what.
For somebody that realizes it's not selling and calls back, however long after, I wonder how much time passed.
Well, that's true. We don't know what kind of time passed. They make it look like it was a day.
Right.
What'd you think about Altman with that property? I think it's the Russian. He's representing another piece of property for him, and the construction next door seems to be a very a deterrent in him selling it. Everybody keeps mentioning it.
Right.
But in my opinion, he called Max back and said something about reducing the price because people are commenting on it, and that's something that's going to hold people back from making the offer. Mm-hmm. And what were they asking? $7,995, $8,995? I can't remember which one. Anyway, it was high, and I think he was $9,995. Okay. And he was wanting to lower it $1 million, which is a lot to lower. Mm-hmm. But he had his architectural friend come in and tell him that they would probably be working on that house another 12 months.
Yeah, can you believe that?
You know what I don't understand,
you reduced
though,
the price for that?
But people that I don't understand, no, I didn't get that because...
although it could be a luxury thing.
Yeah, but the thing to me is you're building a bigger house next door, which is going to up the value of the property you're buying. And why would you, for a short period of time it probably won't even be 12 months that they will hear that.
Right.
They've got the roof that they'll hear and the rest of it will be inside mostly.
Right.
So, I was thinking, why would that would be a deterrent to the price, because it's going to just only pull yours up unless it's a smaller property, and it's not, which they didn't say. Mm-hmm. Now, one time in there, Altman did say it's going to be bigger. And it's going to be better, whatever. So I'm thinking it's going to be bigger, from what he said. So to me, I don't understand dropping the price.
I know,
unless he had it overpriced to begin with.
Although whoever bought that house is going to be, I don't know if he closed it this episode. Did he?
No.
No, it'll be it'll be continued.
No, he just dropped the price.
But whoever buys that place is going to be able to resell it for good.
And that's why I would have held the price
up.
up.
Because that house next door is going to raise the value.
Well, that's why I would have held the price up. That's
Absolutely.
what I can't understand, unless, not being said on the air, it was a little overpriced to begin with.
Could be.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I don't think that would be a deterrent for somebody.
Overpriced for the area, and then that house comes up.
Yeah, but there's a lot we don't see. So, that's just what I take away from it.
Yeah, and then the client there goes $1 million just like that.
Yeah,
he was okay dropping it. So there must have been some other circumstances.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of,
But, I mean, we've covered everything, I think, in that episode.
It was a good episode, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, it was good.
I like these last 2 or 3 a lot better than I did the first ones. They were kind of low-key. Mm-hmm. Nothing happened much. I do like... we never did get back to it, but with Josh Flagg, when he was out shopping, he said, I like to go shopping with the gays.
Oh, yeah. Can you believe that?
I was thinking, did he say that?
I like to go shopping with my gays.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny.
That was funny.
Can you imagine? And so anyway, he has a good time, seems like, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He has a good time in life, and I respect that. I think everybody should have a healthy attitude toward it. It's hard to do that, but
right.
I think he... Of course, when you have a lot of backup monetarily and you don't have to do something right now, and you can still live, it kind of lowers your risk, or your where you are worried about the next meal or whatever. So he's kind of neat. He's fun to watch though. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed these, and I think the finale's going to be good. Of course, we're going to have the engagement.
Yeah.
And of David and Adrian. And then, you know what I'm thinking?
What's that?
I'm thinking they're probably going to have Josh pop the question too. Since they're getting married in April, I bet you that's going to be a surprise on the finale.
No way.
Yeah, because he thinks she's pregnant and all that stuff. I think that's leading up to, let's go ahead and get engaged. I bet you they do.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We got one more week.
Maybe they are pregnant, and that's why they got engaged.
No, they're not pregnant. I'm going to tell you right now, they're not.
It'd be on E! News, wouldn't it be?
Well, not that, but I just don't believe they'd go that direction anyway. Yeah. They're too smart for that. And I think it's going to be a good finale. I think they've had a good season. They've done a lot of emphasis on David and James. Well, James more than David even this season. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He pulled himself forward
He did.
more.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've noticed that more than even Altman.
Wonder why.
I don't know. He just had a lot of deals, and maybe it's the luck of the draw who has the deals, to put on TV. I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know, but it's interesting.
Could be.
I think it's good. I like it.
You still stand by his decision to sell his place?
Of course.
Do you?
I do.
Oh, wow.
Unless that location was just, we've got to have it.
To me,
And obviously they
I'm
didn't.
thinking, this guy has got no problems with money. I mean, you know what I mean? $1 million. I mean, That's what, 10 commissions just about for him.
Yeah, but still, I mean, in one chunk, it's kind of nice not to have
10 to 15.
And if they're interested in just building something somewhere else, or they weren't that set on that location,
Right.
oh, I think it was an awesome opportunity. Yeah, for that kind of money, yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't do it for $200,000. It's too much mess, but it's hard to build a house. I mean, it takes a lot. You put a lot in it. Right. And that's why he was emotionally invested and that kind of thing. But anyway, it did. I liked it. I liked the fact they went ahead and sold it. They can start with a clean slate again, do the stuff. So find them somewhere that they really want to live. They'll get engaged, and they'll and I really like that. I really like that that the way they handled that. And James was really supportive in that too. He was very supportive, and I appreciated the fact that he was a friend and said he is emotionally involved, and I understand that part. So yeah, I thought that was really, I like that. I think he did really well. I think it's just so neat to see the friendship between James and David. I love that.
Yeah.
It's fun to have a best friend like that.
It is.
And go into, it's somebody you can totally trust.
Yeah.
And that's really rare these days.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
Who do you think feels like they're inferior in the relationship?
The two of them?
Yep.
I don't think either one of them feels that way.
Oh,
I think they
I don't
genuinely,
know.
I think they genuinely have such an admiration for each other. They want the other one to do well. I don't believe they do have any competition between them. Do you think so?
I could see James turning heel.
Really? You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know. I like James' family, though.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
his little
aren't they
girls.
great?
They are the cutest
Aren't they
things. They
great?
are just the cutest.
Yep.
And his wife's so sweet, and just, I mean, he's right. They've come a long way, and now are doing so well in real estate. Now they're establishing their families. I mean, they're just neat people. I love their gentleness and their cordialness, I guess, if that's a word. But, just being nice.
Right.
It's just nice to see people being nice. And I'm glad they switched Altman around where he was apologizing, because I don't think he's a bad guy. But he was getting the rap of, because he was making me feel negative toward him.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't want to feel negative toward him. He's a great guy, and he's worked hard. And they showed Matt a little more this season, too.
Yeah.
Matt was involved a little more.
Yeah, that was cool. I like Matt.
So, are they the Altman brothers? Or are they with...
they were Douglas Allen now.
They are now.
Right.
Okay. Well, they were still Altman brothers during this season, right?
Some.
How can it be some? I mean,
Wasn't it?
Yeah, he had Altman brothers sign out front. Are you sure they're with?
Well, I think some was probably some old footage.
Oh, okay.
Filmed
okay, so
before.
they are with Douglas Elliman.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I understand that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We didn't see any Truesdale this week, did we?
No.
Truesdale.
I think we're through for the season with that.
Yeah, I like the Pacific Palisades. Seems like you can get
nice. More
very
square
nice
footage.
property for.
Mm-hmm. That was a big old house, wasn't it?
I think it's because you're distance from the city. I mean,
I was just going to say, you look at the difference, and I mean, you got so much less square footage at, what was it, Malibu?
Yeah.
She was going from Palisades. I mean, look at the difference in those properties for the same price.
the price changes dramatically in terms of when you're it depends on the distance from the city.
Well, they said Malibu was real expensive. Madison said that at one time.
Yeah, and that's interesting but I think that's just its own place. It's kind of like the Hamptons of LA,
We should call Madison. Talk to him.
Yeah, we've talked to James. I was thinking about talking to James for the finale.
I wonder if James and David would both
Yeah.
call us. I'd love to talk to both of them.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. That'd be good.
We'll see.
We need to talk to Altman sometime too. We need to get together with them. We need to see what we can do about putting that together.
I'm going to ask him about the show, too, not just their personal lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, that's it for this episode. We reviewed a lot of it. I think it was a good one. I'm looking forward to the finale.
Me too. And I thought this was good.
I thought it was good, too.
really
And the Larry Flint thing a few weeks ago I enjoyed. That
That
neat.
was interesting. That's interesting that James got that deal put through. That's really...
Isn't that big
He was
time?
really hustling to
Good
find that
good
stuff.
for James, though. That's a
I
big...
know.
I mean, that's
I was
big,
so excited for him because did a great job doing that. He's
big
had a good
accomplishment.
year.
He's had a good year, and Flagg's had a good year. Altman's... He's had a good year, too.
He's had a good year.
I don't think it's been what he wanted. He wanted to do $1 million a day or something.
hey, you got to have goals, but
Sure.
don't always hit them. It might be
Sure.
next year that he'll hit the
He's
goals.
moving on with his personal life now, it seems like.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see him balancing it more than just saying, okay, work. You know, I'm glad to see him balance it more.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of him. Proud of you, Josh. You're doing good.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
I don't think so. I think we covered it all. It was
We're going to try and talk to
Good
somebody
episode.
before next week's episode. Maybe after to review. Maybe we'll talk to James, get his thoughts on the finale.
be interesting.
I'd like to talk to Chad. Just
Chad
see
who?
Chad Rogers. To catch up. And, yeah. We're in touch on LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, I
and-
forgot you talked to Chad.
Yeah, we're in touch on
Off and on.
Twitter, and
Is he still selling?
he's still selling, and he's on top of his game.
Wow.
He's selling millions.
He's in L.A.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Wow.
he's up there with Flagg. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
And working out, the dude's a beast.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really he's cool. I'd like to get his thoughts from a third party.
It
now
would
that he's
be
not
interesting
connected
his
to the
take
show.
on the season here. Yeah.
How
we need
much
to
he
call
thinks
him.
is drama related, how much he all that. I'd like to ask him about that, and then I'd like to ask James about the finale. And
We need to get a couple of. I would love to talk to Altman. I
Flagg.
would love to talk to him and
Yeah.
see if a lot of this personality he has is legitimate, or are they scripting it in.
right,
I would love to know
I'd
that.
like to meet you.
Might need to tweet him and ask him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
see.
great guy.
All right. Until next week, this has been Mac,
And I'm Ree.
and
We will see you on the podcast.
have a great week.